Hey there, good morning. Welcome to Coffee with Connie. I'm Connie Fuksa, and I try to come to you a couple of times a week to talk about things with respect to real estate. Buying and selling real estate can be a really complicated process, and so my passion is to get out there and tell you all the things that I've experienced through all of the years I've been in the title side of the business, because we deal with all different pieces of the puzzle, so we can answer a lot of those questions for you. So one of the things that comes up a lot is, how can one of the public utilities, Comcast, Verizon, Southern Maryland Electric, Virginia Electric, Dominion Power, how can any of these power companies, electric companies, cable companies, phone companies, how can they come on my property and dig up my property without my permission? Hey there, Angela. Good morning. Thanks so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate when you guys say hey and check in. Also, having a conversation with me. Let me know if there's something we're talking about that you find interesting. And as I try to say all of the time, if you find what we're talking about interesting, hit that share button below, because then you can share what we're talking about with people you know. It's probably somebody out there that I don't know that you do might want to know some more information about. So we're talking about today what happens when one of those public utilities comes on your property and starts digging it up without your permission. Maybe this happens, so you're at work and one of your neighbors calls you and says, hey, there's a Comcast truck in your driveway and there's a bunch of guys out there doing something on your property. Well, how can they do that? What's going on? Why are they allowed to do that? Well, there's a term and a right in the property ownership world that's called a right-of-way. So if you buy a piece of property that has a right-of-way in the chain of ownership, the right-of-way gives someone the right to come onto the property for purposes of maintenance. So in this example, and in most cases, if you have electric lines running under your property or cable lines running under your property, more than likely in the chain of ownership, there is an owner right to whoever owns those lines to be able to come on your property just in that area to maintain and add and remove those lines. So it's kind of a big deal that you need to know this, because exactly that, they have the right without telling you to come onto the property in a certain area to maintain wherever those lines are buried in your property. So when you actually buy your property or go to closing, that company doing that closing should be explaining to you when you buy it, hey, there is a right of way. And it is given to this particular company, and at some point they may need to come on that property and do some maintenance. Now, the other side of that is, it also means you can't build anything on that right of way, because if they ever have to maintain those lines, they can remove whatever is there to be able to get to those lines. And you need to know that as well. And we talk about this a lot, but I always recommend that you get a survey when you purchase your property. And the reason is because the survey can show you where these right-of-ways are, to be able to give access to those utilities, to make sure that you don't build something over top of where those right-of-ways are. So it's really important for you to get a survey when you purchase that property. Even though no one requires it, it protects you to show you exactly where those things are located, so that you can protect yourself and you can make sure that nothing that you add to that property is has to be removed or moved in order for those right-of-ways to be maintained. So thanks so much for taking your time to tune in. Hopefully I gave you a little bit of information that you didn't know about. As I said before, please hit that share button and share with the people that you know, because the things that we talk about are obviously things that other people may want to find more information about as well. And so they can only do that if you share it with them. So hit that share button below. Thanks so much for taking your time to tune in. And the share button also gives you the opportunity to win our cool 20-ounce Coffee with Connie mugs. And we do that at the end of each month for the person who shares the most. So I hope you guys have a fantastic day. If you have an experience that you want me to talk about, please share that with me too. You can reach out to me at any time through the message here on Facebook, through our website, www.foottitlegroup.com, or on my website, conniefuksa.com. and reach out to me and let me know if there's something you want to talk about, you have a question, maybe something we need to go over. I love trying to help you guys navigate this confusing process of buying and selling real estate. So have a great day, everybody. I'll talk to you soon. I'm Connie Fuksa, and I love to help you protecting home ownership. Thanks for tuning in to Coffee with Connie, and I'll talk to you again real soon. Bye-bye.